ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शुक्ल यजुर्वेदीय काण्व शाखीय बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद. We are seeing the Udgitha Brahmana. We are actually on page number 81. On page number 79, it was pointed out that I missed a couple of lines in Tika. So let us just go through them. Page number 79, fifth line from the bottom in Tika. Kevala tadrishti reva. Everybody found? 79 page number. Kevala tadrishti eva. So this, what is the topic going on? Nama Brahma Upasana. And Purva Pakshi's argument was Brahma is not there, only that drishti you have to do. That's what he says. Kevala tad drishti eva namni chodyate. Chodana vashacha phalam setsyati. In Nama Brahma drishti is enjoined. Chodyate means that injunction is given. And result will come only because it is a Veda Vakya. Not because there is some such thing called Brahman. This was how Purva Pakshi thinks. So this Mimamsaka's thinking is this. Result will come because it is a Veda Vakya. Veda Vakya has the power to give the result. You do it, you will get it. That thing has to exist or not, that also doesn't matter. This is how they say. Brahma tu nasti, mana bhavad ityartha. अथ यथा देवानां प्रतिमादिषु उपास्यमानानां अन्यत्र सत्वं तथा च वस्त्वाद्यात्मनां पितॄणां ब्राह्मणादि देहे तर्प्यमाणानां अन्यत्र सत्वं तथा ब्राह्मणोपि ब्रह्मणोपि नामादाव उपास्यत्वाद् अन्यत्र सत्वं भविष्यति इति आशंक्याः. अथ therefore यथा देवानां प्रतिमादिषु उपास्यमानानां, just as devata which are upasyamana in pratima etc. Anyatra sattvam, they are existing somewhere else. Tatha cha vaswadinam, vaswadi atmanam pitrunam. Vasu, by the word pitru, vasu name is given. Vaswadi atmanam pitrunam brahmanadi dehe tarpyamananam. They are satisfied in the body of a Brahmana. I was giving the example that Brahmana is used for doing Shraddha ityadi ceremonies. Anyatra sattva means they are existing elsewhere. Like that, Brahmanaha api namadau upasyatvat. Brahma upasana is done in Nama etc. Therefore, anyatra sattvam bhavishyati. They have to exist. It has to exist somewhere else. And its superimposition, knowingly you are doing in Nama etc. for the sake of upasana. Iti ashankya aha. Etena. Then the bhashya part we had seen. So now we go back to our portion. In Tika, page number 81. So Swarupa Upakaritvam and Phalopakaritvam, we saw this yesterday. Swarupa Upakaritvam means that which is Sannipatya Upakarakatvam, and Phalopakaritvam means Arad Upakarakatvam. So Prayajadi, they will directly go to the Apurva. They are not useful for accomplishing that one ritual, but they will add up to the Maha Adrishta or Maha Apurva. Whereas Sannipatya Upakarak, like Prokshanam, Avaghatam, that is used for that yaga itself. That's why it's called Swarupa Upakarit. Panchamoktam Prakaram, third line in Tika. Panchamoktam Prakaram Paramrashtum Evam Iti Adishtam. That Evam Shabda, where it is there, in the Bhashya, first line, all the way at the end. Vishishta iti kartavyataka evam krama prayukta anga. That evam shabda is, this tika is for that. Panchamoktam, there is a fifth chapter in Mimamsa. I was just seeing those sutras. Jaimini Sutras, fifth chapter, first pada. It talks about the krama. Shruti, Artha, Patha, Sthana, Mukhya, Pravritti, Krama. Shruti, Artha, Patha, Sthana, Mukhya, and Pravritti. So these are the different kramas, sequences. So to recollect that pada, this evam shabda he has given here. Vishishta iti kartavyataka. So now what is the discussion? Pay attention, remain focused. The topic of discussion now is, Purva Pakshi says, Vedanta Shastra is not Pramanam. Purva Mimamsa part is Pramanam. What is the idea behind saying Vedanta is not Pramanam but Mimamsa is Pramanam? Because he says in Mimamsa there is some Anushteyatvam, something you have to do. Whereas in Vedanta it is Siddha Vastu. So one is Siddha Artha Bodhaka, another is Sadhya Artha Bodhaka. Siddha Artha Bodhaka are not Pramanam according to Mimamsakas. Sadhya Artha Bodhaka alone is Pramanam. So your Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, or Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, which you say is a Pramana Vakya to reveal Brahma is existing, he was saying that Vakya is not Pramanam because it is not asking you to do any karma. So you gave that example, but there is Vaishamya in this Drishtanta and Darshtanta. And what is Pramanam? He says there where there is Sadhya, Sadhana, Iti Kartavyata. Then you perform it, then you will get the result eventually. He said this is true. And as I might have mentioned earlier, they always give the example of how a child learns, right, from father or grandfather. The grandfather says, Jalam Anaya, Ghatam Anaya. So there is Kriya involved. If the grandfather tells the father, it is very hot today, child will not learn anything. Why? Because there is no Kriya happening. This is how they think, Purvapakshi. So, where there is Kriya, there alone the Pramanyam is there of the Vedas, according to Purvapakshi. Further, Alaukikatvam sadhayati. In Tika, in Bhashya, it was said in the first line, एतद् अलौकिकं वस्तु प्रत्यक्षादि अविषयं तथा भूतं च वेदवाक्यैः एव ज्ञाप्यते. This alaukikam vastu, which is not the vishaya of pratyaksha, anumana, etc. Pratyakshadi avishayam tatha bhutam cha vedavakyaihi eva jnapyate. And it is known only through vedavakya. In the same way, this Paramatma, see further, tatha Paramatma Ishvara Devatadi वस्तु अस्थूलादि धर्मकम अशनायादि अतीतम च इति एवं आदि विशिष्टम इति वेदवाक्यैः एव ज्ञाप्यते इति अलौकिकत्वात् तथा भूतम एव भवितुम अर्हति. Just as in darsha purnamasa etc., it is alaukika because pratyakshana you don't know that doing this ritual will take you to swarga or give you great punya. But because Vedas are saying, you are taking it as Pramana, exactly like that about Paramatma, Ishvara, Devata, etc. That is Asthulam, Ananu, Arasvam, Adirgam. This is known through Veda. And that Paramatma Tattva is Ashanayadi Atitam, Apeta Brahma Kshatradi Vedam. All this is known through Veda Vakya only. Evam Adi Vishishtam, iti Veda Vakyaihi eva jnapyate. It is known only through Vedavakya. And therefore, alaukikatvam is also same in Drishtanta and Darshtanta. So there is no Vaishamyam according to Siddhanti. Tatha bhutam eva bhavitum arhati. Now this word you note down. Tatha bhutam. Tatha bhutam means it is just like similar to Purva Mimamsa. But what is implied meaning here? Pramanyam. Because on the next page, tatha bhutam will keep coming. So we have to understand pramanyam. It is as much pramanika as your vakya. Tika. Kincha vedantanam apramanyam buddhi anutpatter va samshayadi utpatter va. If you are saying Vedanta is apramanika, is it because of what? Is it because there is buddhi anutpatti, means that jnanam is not taking place? Or is it a doubtful knowledge is there? Samshayadi utpatterva. Buddhi anutpatti means that Vakya is not producing anything. Like if somebody says, Kovidaram anaya, and you don't know what is Kovidaram, so you will just stand there because nothing has happened to you. No jnanam has taken place. Or if somebody says, there is Rajju also and there is Sarpa also there, means somebody will say either there is Rajju or Sarpa at the entrance. Now this Vakya is a doubtful knowledge producing Vakya. It doesn't produce any clear knowledge. So are you saying Vedanta Vakya is apramana because it is not producing any knowledge, or is it producing doubtful knowledge? Na adya, not the first one. Siddhanti is explaining. न च क्रियार्थैर वाक्यैर ज्ञान वाक्यानां बुद्धि उत्पादकत्वे विशेषो अस्ति. He says there is no difference between kriya artha vakya and jnana vakya when it comes to buddhi utpadakatvam, means jnana utpadakatvam is samanam in both. Na vishesho asti, there is no difference. Just like Darsha Purnamasa, Yaga, etc., you understand what you have to do. Here also, Tattvamasi, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, all these Vakyas, They produce knowledge. Na dvitiya. What about the second doubtful knowledge? Ityaha. Na cha anishchita viparyasta va paramatmadi vastu vishaya buddhir utpatyate. Paramatma vastu vishaya buddhi is not anishchita or viparyasta. Means we can get nishchaya jnanam and viparyaya rahita jnanam. Means without any doubt that it is of this nature only. Therefore, it is not that because it produces samshayatmaka jnanam, therefore it is apramanyam. It is not the case. There is no samshaya here. कोटिद्वय अस्पर्शित्वात् अबाधाच्च इत्यर्थः. This jnanam is not कोटिद्वय स्पर्शी. It is कोटिद्वय अस्पर्शी. Kotidvaya means where there are two viruddha kotis, opposite ideas. So then we get confused whether it is what are they talking? Like if somebody makes an announcement, कल सुबह की आरती शाम को 6:30 बजे होगी. Tomorrow morning aarti will be in the evening at 6:30. So you say morning aarti and you say in the evening. So there is confusion. Vedanta Vakya is not like that. Kotidvaya is not there. And abadhat, rajju jnanam, sarpa jnanam. In that, if it is sarpa, somebody said it is sarpa, but it is rajju, then sarpa jnana becomes badhita. Whatever is badhita is not actual jnanam. It's not prama. But in case of Brahma, it is not badhita. Therefore, it is pramana vakya. There is no objection. Now he comes further. Next page. क्रियार्थैर वाक्यैर विद्यार्थानां वाक्यानां साधर्म्यम उक्तम आक्षेपति. क्रियार्थैहि वाक्यैहि, those vakyas which are for the sake of kriya. Kriyarthaihi vakyaihi vidyarthanam vakyanam. Those vakyas which are for kriya means you say purva mimamsa, and those which are vidyartha vakya means uttar mimamsa. Vedanta. Those two vakyanam sadharmyam uktam. Siddhanti said they are similar. Purva Pakshi akshipati. Purva Pakshi is not going to give up. He has akshepa. Anushtheya bhavat ayuktam. What you said is not true. Why? Because there is no anushtanam in your vakyas. In our vakya, there is something to do. Anushtanam is there. Then he alone elaborates his point. Two lines are for that. Sadharmyasya ayuktatvam eva vyanakti. Sadharmya is ayuktam. Vyanakti. Vyanakti kaha?
Bhashyakara.
Purva Mimamsaka. Bhashyakara is putting here, but Purva Mimamsaka. Kriyarthair vakyaihi triyamsha bhavana anushtheya. By Kriyartha Vakya, Purva Pakshi is elaborating his point. Kriyarthaihi vakyaihi triyamsha bhavana anushtheya. That bhavana which has three amshas. What are the three amshas? Kim bhavayet?
Kena bhavet katham bhavet.
Kena bhavayet katham bhavet. Three amshas are to be given. Kriyarthair vakyais triyamsha bhavana anushtheya jnapyate. And it is alaukiki api. And it is alaukika. It is not known otherwise. We have to understand those people who have day and night done only this Purva Mimamsa, have followed Vedas, how their mind will be. Suddenly, when that person is exposed to Vedanta, how he will think this is not right, because he is so used to anything karma. Veda is pramanam, but karma, karma, karma. You have to do something, and suddenly now it is just knowing, no anushtanam. So he has this conflict. That's why all these discussions are there. So if somebody says, this is not my problem. My problem is I don't have vairagya, which is true. Lot of people, they will say, all this discussion is very good. It was important at some time. Right now, my problem is I have more kama, krodha, lobha. What should I do? So you do japa. This will give you shama dhamma, in this sense that this will force you to study. You will get the pada jnanam, vakya jnanam, etc. Kama, krodha, nivritti, its antidote is not studying this discussion with Purva Mimamsa directly. Kama is there, you do virodhi of that. Krodha is there, you do virodhi of that. Kama is there, means lot of raga is there. You have to develop vairagya, you remain detached. Krodha is there, you get angry. Then you have love for people. Karuna, you do like that. Maitri, Karuna, Yoga Sutra, we have seen this in Tattvanusandhana. So such things you do. This knowledge will be helpful, because if somebody has consistently studied, then when it comes to Mahavakya Vichar, then say, because suddenly you don't open and say, okay, let's start 1 4 10, and then read 2 sentences and then move forward. That doesn't work. Alaukiki api. न तथा परमात्मा ईश्वरादि विज्ञाने अनुष्ठेयम किंचित अस्ति. But in Paramatma Ishvara Jnanam, what Anushthanam is there? There is nothing. You just hear, it is Vijnanam Ananda Brahma, yes. And he is having Sarvajñatva, Sarveshwaratva ityadi. You say, yes, that's all. There is no Anushteyam. Ataha kriyarthaihi sadharmyam iti ayuktam. Therefore, kriyarthaihi sadharmyam kasya वेदांत वाक्यस्य क्रियार्थैः साधर्म्यम इति अयुक्तम. Vedanta Vakya are similar to Kriya. That what you said is not true. Iti chet. Na, Siddhanti says now, Tika. Vakyotha buddher yatharthatvat vidhi abhave api. वाक्य प्रामाण्यम अज्ञात ज्ञापकत्वेन अविरुद्धम इति परिहरति. वाक्योत्थ बुद्धेर यथार्थत्वात् विधि अभावे अपि. वाक्योत्थ ज्ञानम is there, it is yathartha jnanam, even if there is no vidhi, any injunction. Vakya pramanyam is there. Why? Ajnata jnapakatvam is there, it is not viruddham, it is aviruddham. Ajnata jnapakatvena aviruddham iti pariharati. न ज्ञानस्य इति. In भाष्य न ज्ञानस्य तथा भूतार्थ विषयत्वात्. ज्ञानम, so as far as Ajnata Jnapakatvam is concerned, it is there in both Kriyartha Vakya, Jnanartha Vakya, both. Vakya Pramanyam Ajnata Jnapakatvena Aviruddham. In Bhashya, na Jnanasya Tatha Bhutartha Vishayatvat. Jnanam is of the thing as is. Tatha Bhutartha Vishayatvat. Means just as the Vishaya is, that's how Jnanam is given. Therefore, it is Prama. So, and that is Abadita. It is not negated later. Tika. Anushtheya nishthatvam antarena kuto vastuni prayog. Everybody is following?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
अनुष्ठेय निष्ठत्वम अंतरेण कुतो वस्तुनि प्रयोग प्रत्ययोः तथार्थत्वम इति आशंक्य अनुष्ठेय निष्ठत्वम अंतरेण other than this part that there is no anushthana अनुष्ठेय निष्ठत्वम अंतरेण कुतः वस्तुनि प्रयोग प्रत्ययोः प्रयोग means शब्द प्रयोग in 12 number tippani you see शब्द तज्जन्य ज्ञानयोः प्रत्यय means thought वृत्ति शब्द प्रयोग and तज्जन्य वृत्ति प्रत्यय प्रयोग प्रत्ययोः तथार्थत्वम तथार्थत्वम means यथार्थत्वम it is as is and therefore there is no refutation. See, once we get as much pramanya buddhi in Vedanta as we have in Purva Mimamsa, so then just as how, just to give you an example, I go to temple and I see God there in that murti and I don't have any question. Like that, whenever I think of aham, I should understand I am Brahma. That much pramanya buddhi, once it is there, it will be spashtam. Like how I have pramanya in pratyaksha, when I see ghata, I always take it as ghata only. I don't take it as pata. When I see in temple some statue, it is Vishnu, means it is Vishnu. It is Shiva, it is Shiva. There is no confusion. Like that, when I think of aham, it is Brahma. There is no confusion. If this pramana buddhi, that's why they discuss pramana vichar so much. That if I have understood pramana, pramanyam, it will produce this. Now, in that, just as a child in the beginning, how he may get confused, you know. I don't know whether it is Ganesha or Shiva or Vishnu, which deity it is. Because he doesn't have samskaras enough. But once that clarity comes, then he is not confused. Like that, I also, once I have enough Vedanta samskara that I have understood I am Panchakosha Vilakshana, I will not have Viparita Bhavana. I will not take one for the other. This is the importance of this Pramanyam. If this was not there, Bhashyakar would not go on explaining all these things, you know. He has double objective. One is to tell Mimamsakas, but also for us sadhakas, this Pramana Buddhi we have to develop. तथार्थत्वम इति आशंक्य तयोर विषये तथात्वार्थम तदपेक्षा स्वप्रामाण्यार्थम वा इति विकल्प्य आद्यम दूषयति. Again two vikalpas. तयोः विषये तथात्वार्थम तदपेक्षा स्वप्रामाण्यार्थम वा इति. In their vishaya for tathatvartham tadapeksha, there is apeksha for something and swapramanyartham va tadapeksha, or the apeksha is for swapramanyartham. (14, 15, 16) three tippanis. Tayoho means prayoga pratyaya means shabda pratyayoho. You understand that way. For shabda and pratyaya, in their Vishaya. Tathatvartham means Pramanyartham. So I told you, Tathatvam means Pramanyam. That is what he is going to say. Tathatvartham. Tadapeksha means Anushtheya Vastu Apeksha. Some Anushtanam is there, or Swapramanyartham va iti Vikalpya. So two Vikalpas are created. Nahi. Nahi Anushtheyasya Trayamshasya Bhavanakyasya Anushtheyatvat Tathatvam. Tathatvam means Pramanyam. 4 number tippani Pramanyam. Pramanyam means Pramanikatvam. Another word is that. So it is Pramanikam not because it is Anushtheya. Just because something is Anushtheyam, therefore it is Pramanikam, you cannot say that. Kintarhi, why Pramana Samadhigatatvat? Because it is known through Pramana. Pramanena Samyak Adhigatatvat. Pramana Samadhigatatvat means Pramanena Samyak Adhigatatvat. Because it is known clearly through Pramana. Therefore it is Pramanya. Not because there is Anushtana. Further in Tika, Tad Ubhay Vishayasya Kartavyarthasya Tathatvam na Kartavya Peksham Kintu Managamyatvat. That Ubhay Vishayasya Kartavyarthasya, where there is Kartavyarthatvam, for both Vedanta Vakya as well as Mimamsaka Vakyas, or Tadubhay he has taken Shabda and Prayoga. Kartavyarthasya Praman Tathatvam Pramanikatvam na Kartavyatva Apeksham. It is not dependent upon that you have to do something, therefore it is Pramanika. Kintu Managamyatvat. But because it is known through Pramana, therefore it is Pramanika. Otherwise, what will happen? See, Anandagiri ji gives a example, Viparita example. Anyatha, Vipralambaka Vidhi Vakya api Tathatva Pattehe. If a person who is a false person, who wants to give you only unnecessary run towards some place, he will give a statement, Nadyastire Pancha Phalani Santi. But there are no 5 fruits there at the Nadi Tira. But it's a Vidhi Vakya. Or if he says, Gacha Tatra, Nadyastire Pancha Phalani Santi. Now it's a Vidhanam and you have to go and it's some fruit is explained. Some result is, Phalam is talked about, but it is not there. But just because there is Anushtanam, if you say it is Pramanam, then such Vakya also will become Pramanam, because Anushteyatvat, but that is not the Hetu. Dvitiyam Pratyaha. Dvitiyam is Swapramanyartham. Na cha tad Vishayayaha Buddhehe Anushtheya Vishayatvat Tathatvam. Tad Vishayayaha Buddhehe Anushtheyatvat Tathatvam is Pramanyam. Because in the buddhi, Anushteyatva Vishayatva is there. That this thing is having Anushtheya Vishayatvam. Therefore, it is Pramana. Tikakar will explain. Kintarhi Veda Vakya Janitatva Deva Pramanya. It is Pramanam because it is Veda Vakya Janita. See in Tika, we will just complete this part. Buddhi Grahanam Prayoga Upalakshanartham. Prayoga means Shabda. Buddhi Grahana means Shabda also and Pratyaya also. Because it talks about some Anushtanam, therefore it is Pramanam. It is also not true. Kartavyartha Vishaya Prayogadehe na Anushtheya Vishayatvat Manatvam. Kartavyartha Vishaya Prayoga, if it is there, just because there is Anushtheyatvam, therefore it is Pramanam, is not true. Kintu Pramakaranatvat Pramanam. Because it is Pramakarana. And Tajanyatvat. Tajanya will be Pratyaya. Pramakaranam, some Shabda will be there. Through that, Pratyaya will come. Anyatha Ukta Ati Prasaktitat Avasthyat Ato Anushtheya Nishthatvam Manatve Anupayuktam Ityartha. Anushtheya Nishthatvam is not Pramanam. Whether it is Anushtheya Nishtha or it is Anushtanam, that is not Pramanam. Otherwise, there is Ati Prasakti. Actually, two Vikalpas are there. The Bheda between these two Vikalpas is, one is where you actually you are doing the Anushtanam to get the result. Second is because it gives you the buddhi that I have to do something. Even if you don't actually start doing, Pramanyam comes just because you hear, yes, I have to do something. So whether you think in this way or whether you, when you do, only then you get the result, in both cases, Pramanyam doesn't depend upon the Anushtheyatvam or Anushtheya Vishayatvam. Pramanyam depends upon the Yatharthatvam Abhadyatvam. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.